Hi guys, it's Karen. How are you? I had so much fun last week doing my vlog while I did my flowers. So I'm gonna do it again. And I've got this really great vase. This vase is it's got this texture to it. And it's very mid-century modern. It was my girlfriend. She got a bouquet in it and I just loved it. I thought it was so 1970s. It's kind of that greenish brown, 1970s mid-century modern, and she hated it. So I said, I'll take it. Don't throw it away. So I just love it. And I'm gonna put my very favorite flowers in it, which are Oriental lilies. A lot of people don't like Oriental lilies because first thing, they have a very sweet and fragrant smell. And they also have a pollen. I love them because you can have them in your house and all of a sudden they'll just and let off fragrance. And you get these little whiffs of beauty. And some people don't like that. Some people don't like that smell in their house of flowers. And they don't like, or they like it, but they don't like the pollen. These ones have pollen on them. When they bloom, they have these little nodules of pollen that are red. And if you get them on your t-shirt or your tablecloth or, you know, it's really hard to get out. So I'm putting my flower food in here. I've got a turtle in here, like a big piece of styrofoam, you know, to make arrangements. And I'm gonna do pretty much the same thing I did last time. I've got some other flowers I'm gonna stick in there with it. I didn't really buy for this pot, so I don't know how it's gonna work out. I was just gonna put it in a regular vase like I always do, but then I thought, oh my God, I've got this fantastic new vase she gave me. Otherwise, I would have bought some different kinds of flowers, but let's see if I can do something with this. I'm gonna put this one right in the middle. I filled it with water. I've got my food in there, and I'm gonna start with that. So, hope you're all doing good this week. I wanted to talk about honesty, and it's really hard to talk about honesty with alcoholics because we think we're being honest. We don't know. We have flexible, we're morally flexible, you know what I mean? And it's really hard to differentiate the truth from the false when you're an alcoholic. And so it's a difficult subject, but the whole point of getting sober is so you can be honest. And what you want to do is you want to be honest with yourself. I guess being honest with yourself is integrity, and being honest with others is honesty. So you want to be honest with yourself and you want to be honest with others. And you want to be able to, that's why you do the steps. You do the steps so that you can see the truth about yourself, right? We have this distorted view of ourselves. So that's what I've got with lilies. So I'm going to grab some other flowers. I've got these. These are Lysianthus, and I really like these. They're almost like roses. And I bought them last year. I get all my flowers at Trader Joe's, as you know. And I got these last year, and I just fell in love with them. There was like 2 different colors, and I posted the bouquets. Of course, I've never done this before where I've done the actual bouquets on video, but here we are. So I'm gonna just stick these in there with it. See, I might not have enough flowers to do this bouquet. I'll figure it out. I'm pretty good at that. I'm a survivor. So honesty, the reason you do the steps is you've got to get some honesty about what's going on in your life, who you really are, how you really react to things, how you affect people around you. And the only way to do that is do the steps. You know, you can go to a therapist and you can sit there and they can tell you till you're blue in your face. You know, they can try to tell you, you're selfish, right? You're a pain in the ass and nobody wants you around. And you're like, oh, da, 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 sure. See, I would have bought some eucalyptus if I knew I was gonna do this. I would have bought some filler stuff. So I don't know if I have enough filler. But anyway, you do the steps and you get to see a different side of yourself. And this honesty is almost a responsibility. Maybe this is more, maybe today I was really wanting to talk more about responsibility. I guess what I'm trying to say is honesty is your responsibility. A lot of people get sober and they're like, oh my God, I didn't ask to have alcoholism. Why me? Why do I have to get sober? Why do I have to do the steps, right? Well, people that get cancer probably go through that too, right? Or Parkinson's, or God, anything. Nobody asks for anything, right? This is life. But it's not your fault when you're an alcoholic. People think, oh my God, I should have been a better mother. I should have done this. I should have done that. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. What are you going to do about it? If you have a problem with drugs or alcohol, I mean, you can sit and be like, boo-hoo, poor me, all you want. Nothing's going to change. So what are you going to do about it? It's your responsibility to change. Oh God, that's really looking good. Don't have as much as I wanted, but I like to throw some different colors in there. But it's really your responsibility. Once you know you have alcoholism, what are you going to do about it? You're going to remain the victim? For me, I knew my life was going down the toilet. And of course, homelessness is a pretty good sign. When you've lost everything in your life that you love, it's a pretty good sign your life's going down the toilet, right? That is really pretty, and I really like it, but I want a little color in there. And I'm thinking that maybe we'll throw some yellow in there. I've got these tulips. I'm gonna use them for something else, but I'm just gonna throw a few in here and see if we can't splash up a little color in there. Like I said, if I would have got some like eucalyptus pieces. I don't have anything around here that's like that, so we're gonna go with this. Anyway, my life was going down the toilet, and I was drinking, and I was thinking, oh my God, why me? It's because I'm adopted. It's because, nobody loves me. It's because I didn't go to college. It's because of this. It's because of that. And really, it's just because I'm an alcoholic, right? And at some point I had to go, okay, you know what? This is not going to get better. I need to make a decision here. What am I going to do with this information? I'm going to have to do something, and I'm not going to want to do it. You know what I mean? If I could have kept drinking, I would have, but I couldn't. So what am I going to do? How am I going to change this? I had to take responsibility. I had to ask for help. I had to take direction. And I had to make some changes. Smashing of the ego is a difficult deal. It's not easy, It's not easy to say, I'm wrong, I don't know, I need help. But it's my responsibility. I have responsibilities to people around me. I have responsibilities to the community, my child, my family, my friends, myself, right? So I was able to take the things in my life that seemed to be the very worst, right? Absolutely very worst things in my life. And I use them as my advantage. And I use them to help people. Instead of being a victim, I was able to be helpful. All of a sudden, my past had meaning, right? Like all the shitty things that I did in my life, all of a sudden had value, right? Being homeless and learning how to crawl out of homelessness and rebuild my life and get a job, and get a bank account again. I mean, God, I couldn't even get a bank account. I had to be paid under the table. I owed the IRS so much money. I mean, I have valuable information about how to restart your life. Fresh flowers is one of my suggestions when you're starting your life. So, I mean, it's kind of like that old saying, how are you going to make lemonade out of lemons? Well, it doesn't happen sitting there crying on the couch. Everyone's got a sad story. Doesn't mean one person's is worse than yours or better. It means what are you going to do about it, right? You can sit in trauma for a long time, but at some point you've got to say, okay, this is my responsibility. Like I said, just to myself. What am I going to do? God, this turned out really pretty. I'll take a really great picture of it and post it. Oh, isn't that pretty? Wait till that opens. I like that. let's see if I can get right here. There needs to be a little yellow over here. And then I'll move on to my next thing. So it's really important to take responsibility for your life. You know, no one's coming to save you. I'll tell you what, a friend of mine told me when I relapsed, this great guy, I talk about, that's really pretty. Can you see that? Isn't that just kind of free and fun? Wait till these lilies open. I will take pictures of this for the next several days and post it in my stories, because when these all open, that is going to be beautiful. I'm very excited. I'm going to put that aside. Anyway, he said to me, he goes, what are you going to do? I said, well, what do you mean? He goes, well, this drinking is, you know, it was after my relapse and I couldn't get sober. And it was terrible. He says, what are you going to do? I don't know. And he said, well, you're not getting any younger. Not getting any younger? What the hell does that mean? And he said, you're not getting any younger, and this isn't getting any better. Like, this is not a pretty picture. And it was like, oh, it was a slap in the face. Like, oh my God. And then I realized, you know, this is my life. It's slipping away from me. Just little increments of time. I mean, at first it seemed fun, then I lost decades of my life I can't get back. So I had to make a decision. You know, I say that a lot to people. You're gonna have to make a decision. You can't base your life on how you feel, right? Or we'll be at the bar or under the bridge with a bottle, right? If I based my life on how I felt, what I was gonna do, what responsibility I was gonna take. So, you know, you need to make a decision. You need to take some responsibility for yourself. No one's coming to save you. Eventually, your enablers die or leave or cut you off and you're screwed. So it's time to take some responsibility. I always tell people, you know, when I'm helping somebody, I'm gonna venture off here and I am going to tell you about this. Do you know what this is? This is so pretty. These are from Holland, and I actually have two of them here. I'm gonna do one right now because I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the other one yet, but these are unbelievable. You fill them with water and they come in different sizes, so you can get them. This one's part of a 3-tier one. I'll show it to you next time. There's a base. It actually holds 12 stems all together, but this one, you can use them individually. It's got a bottom to it. So they stack, but you can put flowers in the middle and flowers in the side. So which one do you want me to do? I think I'll do this one so you can see what it looks like, okay? So anyway, I've helped people before, and you know, I look at them and they start crying. Oh. I just put my flower food right in there and fill it with water. Okay, I've already got the water in there, but I put flower food in there because flower food does two things. I told you, if you don't have flower food, you could use the 7-Up because it feeds the water. It's the sugar in it, right? So it gives it sugar and it prolongs the life of the flowers. And then it also kills the algae. So I don't know if you remember last week, I did pictures of, a bouquet of calla lilies, and they're still standing. I'll take pictures of all the flowers today, and so are the roses. And it's because you put this in there and it kills the bacteria. If you don't have this, you can use 7-Up and, believe it or not, a thimbleful of vodka, and the vodka kills the bacteria. Some people, I think, use white vinegar as well, but the vodka works really well. If you're a recovering alcoholic, you probably don't have vodka around. So just get this, it comes free with the flowers. But it does make a difference because it keeps the flowers from getting that gunky green bottom, and that's what kills flowers, is the bacteria in the stems, gets in the water and it kills the flowers. So you want to keep the water clean. And today I have these roses that have lasted forever. And today I put a big cup of ice in them because here in Palm Springs right now it's 121 today, very hot, even inside with the air on. I'm svelting, right? So the flowers will open quick if the water's too warm. Like if I wanted these to open right away, these lilies that I put in here, if I wanted these to open right away, Like I had a party, I put them in hot water. I put hot water in there and they open right up. So if you put some ice cubes in there and keep it colder, they'll open slower and they'll stay preserved, right? Just think about the grocery store where all the flowers are in the refrigerator. So in Palm Springs, when it's hot like this, these flowers will just bloom and die quickly. So I try to slow down the process. These are really pretty. That turned out really nice. Anyway, so when I help these people, I help people and they're crying. I can't do it. This is too hard. I always say, hey, aren't you like a crystal meth addict? You've been through worse than this. And it's true. As alcoholics and addicts, we have been through some stuff, right? And then all of a sudden we get sober and everything's too hard. I always tell people, put on your big girl pants. I want these a little short. I don't want them to hang too much. You're gonna love this. This is so pretty. And I'm gonna mix it with yellow. So you put on your big girl pants and, put on your big boy pants, suck it up. You've been in meth houses and you've been in crack houses and all of a sudden you're getting your feelings hurt in a frickin' AA meeting. It's like, come on, who are you fooling? And and a lot of people don't like that I'm so blunt like that, but you gotta save your life. You cannot let your thinking take over. Feelings are not fact, and you've got to take some responsibility for your life. You've got to be honest about what's going on. You got to realize no one's coming to help you, and you got to do something different. That's it. So I'm going to finish this up. I hate to keep the video going just because I'm doing flowers. I'll try to hurry. I want you to see this one before I'm done. Okay? It's so cute. I'm going to put it right on the table. See that? And then I'm going to put one. Let's take that leaf off of there. I'll put two in the middle. And I'll shoot some pictures and put them on my stories so you can see these. But they're really beautiful. Isn't that pretty? See that? It's just lovely on the table. Very fun. All right, guys. Take some responsibility. Take some action. Make a decision. This whole thing is about prayer and action. You can't ask God for help and not do anything. You got to get off the couch. Love you all. Bye.